Hi guys, welcome back to another podcast by mykayaplus. So today's topic will also be an interesting one. It involves universal basic income and also crypto. So these two things never intersected together before, but today, or I think past few days, the possibility of this actually happened, and we'll talk more about it. For those who are not sure what we are talking about, we're going to be talking about Worldcoin today. So if you are not very familiar about it, or you're not up to date, maybe just like me as well, you would be filled with a lot of questions on how this innovation or how this project can actually help to, you know, change things in a very big way in the future. So without further ado, let's dive deep into today's topic. What first of all, of course, what is Worldcoin? How will it, bring to us universal basic income? And what are the concerns, if not there are, and what should we be aware of? So, of course, I'll pass it to Chunbing to give a very brief introduction of what it is and why it is important and why it is also risky or not.
Yep. So I take over from here. So as usual, a little bit of disclaimer. This is just for sharing purposes about this cryptocurrency. So what is Worldcoin? Basically, if you go through their white paper, it is a project that involves a so-called universal exchange of human identities and also financial network. Yeah, a lot of buzzword. You may not catch what is it really about. But then one thing that you should really put into attention is why this project actually caught so many attention to begin with is because it's founded by these two guys. The left hand side is basically the guy called Alex Blanier, and then the right hand side is the key guy that makes so much create so much attention to this project, which is a guy called Sam Altman. If you don't know who this guy is, he's basically the guy behind ChatGPT that you are using. So he is the one that running it uh, through OpenAI. And then when we go into it, so you ask if you wanted to create a whole network of human identity, how to do it. And then this is the solution provided by Sam Altman through this Worldcoin project. This is a machine, they call it an orb. So what this machine do is like an eye, right? So basically this machine will allow them to scan your iris so that it can get a unique identity about a true human. Let's say they scan the eye of me, then I'm basically able to go through the whole KYC process and register myself into these Worldcoin communities. Technically, I am certified. So I have an identity in this network. So how it actually look like is like this. So it's a very big orbs circle, and then you look into it, you scan your both iris, and then you will store the whole thing behind the scene and give an identity. The best part is it's actually being distributed across the globe already, and Singapore is apparently one of the destination. I'm quite surprised when I see this in WorldCoin Twitter as well. Probably Chupan, you can go and try it out because right now, if you sign up, basically volunteering your identity information, which is your iris, you're able to get 25 token in return. So 25 token is the token related to WorldCoin. So you get 25 WorldCoin in exchange, right? So what they are trying to do is this concept called proof of personhood. So imagine you are a person, and of course there are always two side of the parties. So one of it is the issuer. Think of it is like the WorldCoin. They are the guy that actually provide evidence that no, the guy that actually receiving the evidence from the user, which is this case your iris information, and then with these things, it actually can support a lot of other applications. So, for example, think of it. This is like your Facebook or your Google IDs, right? So you can sign in with Google. So right now you can validate yourself as a true human through WorldCoin. And then after you sign up all these things, technically you'll be given a thing called World ID or WID in short form. So this is how it actually works. So if this thing go into a global scale, you can use this thing. It's like a universal passport. You can go anywhere. So any new platform they wanted to actually go through KYC process, they just need to integrate with Worldcoin, and then you sign in with Worldcoin. Now after that, pass. This guy is actually a legit human. Then you can go and enjoy the services. So this is the concept behind proof of personhood, right? And then what is the objective behind this? So I think this is a snapshot that I basically get it from their white paper. So if you're interested, you can go to Worldcoin white paper and search all the details about it. But this is basically the objective. I would say it's rather a very big vision that they wanted to create a globally inclusive identity and financial network. So what does it mean is right now, think of it, there are a lot of AI are able to actually demonstrate they have become maybe better in certain element if compared with humans, right? So in order to have a network that is truly human, you need an identity bank to basically secure enough to tell and differentiate you and a robot moving forward. So maybe I is one of the core information that can use as a basis, right? And then with this thing happenings, you have a network going through. The vision that Sam Altman and of course another founder they actually bring to the table, they are trying to say, moving forward, a lot of things will be handled by AI. A lot of work related to brain, the computing works or whatnot can be covered by robots. Even some physical stuff may be covered by robot as well. So robot will be able to generate a lot of income automatically without the involvement of human. And this is the key thing on the last sentence, which means in the future, if AI is able to automate a lot of things, create a lot of productivities, they are able to get income. And this income will be the source to actually go back to this network and create a so-called what Jupan had mentioned in the beginning of the video, universal basic income. So they wanted to have an inclusive network to allow anyone to register themselves into this place, this community, and then you can get a so-called basic income, let's say on a monthly basis or even on yearly basis. So this is a very great vision, but then there are of course a lot of question mark on how to actually do it. By scanning iris, I mean a lot of people can do it, right? Your government is actually doing it. We basically surrender our fingerprint information to our government, so on and so forth. So this is something to think about. But then how are they planning to do so? So this basically raised the very first question. So right now, they plan to actually slowly roll out 1,005 unit of ops across the globe to basically collect the data, which is the iris information that's related to the World ID. And then they plan to go into 35 cities. If the whole thing being picked up and eventually hit the 1.5, the 1,005 ops, they will be able to handle 200,000 registration per week. And of course, as of now, probably they already more than 2 million registration. So the official number that has been inside their blog posts or tweeters is saying they are able to get 2 million signed up within the first few days after the launch. So this is some information you can take. And of course, this is what I mentioned. Register now, you'll be able to get 25 WLD, which is Worldcoin token in return. And then it also means that you can use this to exchange in actual currency. So think of it, it's a free trade market, right? This token got to be able to have a value tied to USD. So later we will review how much they are trading right now. But basically right now, we register, this is the perks that you are able to gather. Then maybe I put a stop. Jupan, you have anything to add? Any question that you have when you check out this project?
Well, I do have to say that it is a very it's a very big project. It aims to solve a lot of I would say problems or potential problems that is caused by ChatGPT or other AI related initiatives. So You mentioned that Sun Altman was actually one of the founders of this Worldcoin project, and it was also his creation under OpenAI to launch ChatGPT. And if this were to slowly um, permeate into our daily lives, then of course there's already you know concerns whether AI will take over our job. But under Sam Altman's belief is that it will eventually, and hence this could be the solution to counter that whatever jobs that AI will take in the future. And humans need not work so hard as we do right now. And Worldcoin holders actually get um, uh, universal basic income because there are robots out there or there are AI out there doing our job that we used to do. So the idea is very far-fetched, right? So basically, a crypto that can pay you a dividend because you're holding the rate and you're entitled to universal basic income. So this is also another, I think, not only from a noble idea point of view, but I think it is also quite something new to crypto investors as well. I mean, we don't take airdrops as examples of crypto giving back, because at the end of the day, it's still going to be considered as a marketing expense if you look at it from a big picture point of view, right? So the company want to incentivize certain cryptos, they might give out airdrops. But when we talk about universal basic income, basically this crypto can actually allows profits to be made and then distributed evenly to crypto holders. So I think something very, very new. And although the end goal is actually a good cause, but I think there are many, many concerns that needed to be addressed. So some of it, I think, Chunming, you also covered, which I think is not being voiced by normal people like you and me, but a well-renowned person within the crypto world as well, right? So what does Vitalik actually voice out during his opinions when he actually get to know about what Worldcoin is?
Yep. So if you're not aware who Vitalik Buterin is, so basically this is the guy behind Ethereum. So he's the founder of Ethereum. He's a Russian, and then of course he is like the godfather if you are a believer of cryptocurrency or blockchain projects, right? So he released a blog post talk about this as a whole. So not only covering Worldcoin, of course Worldcoin is one of the topic, and he has covered a few things as well. And particularly when he zoomed into Worldcoin, I think he brought out a few good points that I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys are very, very fascinated with the progress that made by this project. So this is something that he pointed out. 4 key main points, very simple, very straightforward. Eventually, when you talk about this thing, you are basically giving out your precursor information about yourself to someone that you may not know. So privacy is definitely a concern, and it go through a machine before it go to the internet. So there are so many points that you can actually have a loophole for someone to actually get the information. So privacy can be a concern. Secondly, they are saying they wanted to form a global network. Think about it. Within a country, for everyone to register and get a NRIC, it may not be possible as well. For example, there are still a lot of people that don't have identity cards. What about this one? You need a high-tech machine to scan your iris, and right now they plan to have 1,005 unit across the globe. So this is definitely a problem, which is about accessibilities. The third one is about blockchain. We talk about decentralization. Your Bitcoin is basically self-sustained. They will have people to actually mine the coin to basically prove this transaction is legitimate. Everything is automated. But this is another way around. Beside the coin is decentralized, all your information is somewhat centralized behind Worldcoin. You call it the code base or whatnot. So it's definitely a concern. And of course, it lead to another topic. When you talk about identities, even though it's harder to be hacked, but it's also possible. So your phone lost and you can get hacked of your information. It can be somehow people kidnap you and then scan your thing, and suddenly he become you because he had access to all of the iris information. So all these things are the potential threat behind Worldcoin, despite the objectives is very good and yet to be addressed by the founders. So this thing to be taken notes. And of course, if you're interested, you wanted to know more, you wanted to invest all those things. This is some of the information. So you can always check out this thing in CoinMarketCap to know about the whole information. And this is just a snapshot. It was trading at $2.30, but the whole thing is about fluctuating. The volatility of any cryptocurrency is high. Despite this is the coin that founded by ChatGPT, it always will go through this kind of circle. And bear in mind, this is just the initial drop, right? So which is about 140 million, which based on their plan. That's why the whole circulating supply of this Worldcoin is actually about 1%. And what does it mean is they have this hard set limit at 10 billion release, meaning at the end of 15 years, they will actually unlock the coin, I would say, based on the schedule or by phases. And then this coin will slowly go into the market. And of course, if everything else remains the same, your coin price technically will be diluted in a very simple terms, right? But of course, we don't know, there will be more interest, they will be more confident about this project. But in a very simple term, there will be more coin coming on year 2, year 3, year 4 onward. And this will definitely dilute the whole thing. So this is something to take note, right? And of course, what are these things being used for is technically it will go back to the communities. So it's like you join in, you use this to trade, you use this to buy and sell stuff. It's for the communities. So the coin is for you to actually, it's like your central bank print money for you to actually support the whole economy. Same thing. But of course, on top of the community is for the initial development team. They need fund to continue to R&D, to do maintenance and so on. And there are some investor, they will be the guy that get the report as well. So this is some of the information for your reference. And then if you want to know the actual amount, so at the launch, during the launch is about 0.5 billions being released, and then year 3, year 4, year 6 onward, they will slowly release the whole thing. And when they hit the maximum, which is 10 billion, what will happen next is they will actually impose somewhat like an inflation rate, which is they claim to be a 1.5% per year, year 16 onward. So this few things just for your information, if you plan to actually have a look into this coin, and then what is the information you should know before taking an action. We hope today's section is an interesting one because when I found out about this project, I think it's quite cool. But of course, I got attracted not because of Worldcoin concept. I got attracted purely because the guy behind this coin is actually Sam Altman. But if you wanted to actually do any investment, you should always take a step back. Despite it's supported by a well-known guys, you should always go into the information in details, try to check out all the facts and figures. The easiest way for all this kind of cryptocurrency project or blockchain project to spend your time, be it read some articles or you go into their white paper directly, you find out a lot of information there. And then you will have question. And if the question is not addressed, then maybe you should take a step back and think about it before you decide. You got anything to add before we end the session?
No, not really. I think it does seem like a very exciting and interesting project. And I think a lot of people might be incentivized to actually sign up and give their information and privacy away because it's still new, and the upfront reward is that you get 25 world coins, and these world coins can go up to the moon. I think the upside potential is always there, and if you think about it, if it does happen, what is my personal information worth, right? If you're not someone from of a high net worth, right? So this could look like get rich quick scheme that is technically much more safer because it does not involve you sharing bank account details. But if this thing actually becomes a huge way of moving forward, then I think the concerns will just slowly arise because when you see more and more reliance on certain apps, certain security software, etc., then I think the concerns will only hit you when you actually realize that things have gone too big, too far out of your control. Right now, it just seems like a very small game, and the rewards and the upside seems to be very attractive, and the downside is very less, right? Very inherent, doesn't seem to be going to hit everything real bad. If the project dies off, so be it, because at the end of the day, what else did you give up? It's just your iris data. But if the things actually have potential, have prospects, and have actually grown past a certain stage, then only you start to be afraid of what are the potential downsides if the thing actually, the so-called downsides actually happen when the thing is too big to fail. So I think this is something I just want to add on.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
think that's about it.
maybe
Yeah,
if you don't, I mean, if you don't have concern about your iris information, probably you should try it out. Since it's about 25 token times about let's say $2, $2. That's
yeah,
about 50 USD.
precisely.
You
Yeah,
can eat multiple time of chicken rice already.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay lah, I think that's all from us today. If you want us
Yep.
to cover more things, it can be anything about investments. You just put your thoughts inside the comment and we try to cover it in the next episode. Thank you for your time, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up, like, share, and of course, comment. We will welcome and we'll definitely reply to your comment. I think that's all for today. See you again.
Yep. See
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye bye.